Today we're talking about selective mutism and school. Certainly up here in Scotland, children went back to school the middle of August, but a lot of the families that I support and live down in England, the children have just started going to school this week. So I thought it would be a really good idea to give parents and teachers some advice regarding specific situation at school. I'm Biavati-Smith, by the way, specialist speech and language therapist. So what do we do with these children that go back to school? So here are a couple of scenarios. So we have those who are very, very anxious and they freeze. Maybe they're in primary 1, they're in primary 2, and they are not familiar with a new environment, and maybe you've not had the opportunity to set up specific steps during the summer, so for your child everything is completely new. So what I hear is teachers saying to me, what do I do when I am in front of a child who's completely frozen? Well, don't be scared. Acknowledge that child like you would do with anyone else by saying hello, and take them to an area that you might think they're going to like. And normally children with selective mutism love drawing or constructing or reading. So you just want to reassure them and use the words of, I see you look a little bit scared or a little bit confused. It's quite noisy here, isn't it? But that's okay. You can have some times, and by the time you hold their hands and you take them to that place, it's very rare for a child with selective mutism to continue, look frozen, holding their bag. They normally, start doing something, and that's a very nice step. And then you can talk and you can work towards other little steps, but that's for another time. But what's the role of the body? Now, a lot of the children with selective mutism have difficulties socializing, and that's what is so important, is to create that circle of friends, to create the atmosphere that they know that, school is not anxiety provoking. And yes, of course, the most important thing is that they are going to go and going to start speaking, but in actual fact, what we want to work on is for them to feel relaxed, enjoy what they're doing without the pressure of talking. So creating the link, and I love creating links in no matter what I do in speech therapy, but creating the link with other children. And what happens is, make sure that the child with selective mutism is aware of having the opportunity to spend some special time with the same children for that week, and then the following week he or she is going to choose a buddy where they can do something special together. Some children cope with just one child and they play, they draw, and but they have to choose with you. Oh, I would really like you to do this stacking things, or I'd like you to build something, or I'd like you to, whatever it is that you would like them to do, but let them choose one buddy. And then you can have a little book where you can take a picture or they can draw them. And, they know that every day or every week they get to choose a different boy or a different girl. We normally think it's quite nice for them to play a game with 1 or 2 children. This is what we do at school. But also the role of the parent is to create that link with the same children. So invite them to come over and play. Don't worry too much about, oh, my child is not speaking to them. The most important thing is that they're going to have fun and they're going to enjoy spending time. So that could be, for example, that they're going to come on over and have a great time, painting, or, playing with the cards. Have a short period of time that your child is aware that is going to invite you know, a friend over to play, but also they're going to have that time at school. For you teachers, I'm just thinking about, can there be a task? But I think that ultimately you want to time and say, oh, do you know, I'm sorry, apologies. I just noticed that the video was a little short towards the end, so I just want to finish the sentence. So it was saying about the teachers, you know, you might want to give them a task to say, oh, we're decorating this rocket ship, so I would like you to choose one special buddy, and you can do it with that person, or with that boy, or with that girl, if the child is not yet at the selecting level. But also, when the child can select, you can think maybe it's good that that child has some special time. So you can say, I'd like you to play for 10 minutes with that boy, you know, with Mark. You've chosen Mark. Great. So you can have a little book with all the names of the children, so the child knows that they're going to get the opportunity to play maybe a special game.